Alright, let me tell you straight off, the iPad Pro is overrated. Don't get me wrong, it definitely isn't underrated either, since it's probably one of my favorite devices Apple has ever made. But when a device exists that can do the same things, less fancy, but can handle it all, the value of that is incredible. And that device already exists, and it's called the 10.2-inch 2019 iPad. I know, that name, it's a good iPad though. What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the Why You Need series, the series where I convince you or try to convince you for you to purchase a certain product or a certain service. Today's episode is why you need the new 2019 10.2-inch iPad. The value of this product is insane. I honestly can't stress that enough. Let me tell you why. Alright, so this iPad packs an A10 Fusion chip, which is the same chip used in the iPhone 7 and in the 7th generation iPod Touch. Now, is it slow? Well, I wouldn't say it's fast. I wouldn't say it's crazy fast like the iPad Pro. I wouldn't say it's slow either. That means that you can do anything you want on the iPad and it will work perfectly fine. Apple Arcade. I was really curious when Apple introduced this new iPad with the A10 Fusion. I'm like, isn't this gonna lag? Isn't this processor going to lag with Apple Arcade with these awesome games? And the answer to that is no. Apple has optimized iOS, Apple has optimized Apple Arcade. It just doesn't lag. It works so incredibly well. I was so amazed at this processor checking it out, especially with Apple Arcade, especially with heavy gaming, I guess you could say, and it works like a champ. New with this iPad is the smart connector, which means you can now connect your smart keyboard to the iPad. I know this is kind of going to sound a little bit weird, but I'm gonna say it either way. I remember the days where the iPad Pro, the most expensive iPad, the iPad Pro, was the only device that supported the Apple Pencil and the smart keyboard. And now, with the $329 of an iPad, you can now connect your Apple Pencil and your smart keyboard, which is insane. The possibilities that this gives you with creativity, with educations, if you're a student, even if you're a pro, you don't need the latest iPad to just create a drawing, to sketch, to make a video, to edit photos, music, whatever you do. You can do whatever you want. Insane. Alright, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. That's all I had to say. Just kidding, trust me, I have a lot more to tell you. The new iPad also now comes in 10.2 inches. The display is still not laminated like we see on the iPad Air or on the iPad Pro. It's pretty noticeable. I won't say it's not noticeable. If you're thinking on purchasing this iPad, make sure you go to the store first and you check out this gap that there is between the actual glass and the actual display. It's pretty noticeable. If it doesn't bother you, it's fine. It bothers me, but after using it for just a couple of days now, I already got used to it. It's fine, but make sure you go check it out first. Now, why isn't Apple adding a laminated display on this iPad? And the answer is simple: to reduce cost. That's why this iPad will only cost you $300. This iPad, if I have to give you a summary of this iPad, Apple won't give you the craziest features, the most awesome features. It doesn't have the 2nd generation Apple Pencil. You're still getting the first one. So it doesn't give you the best experience, but you're still getting an iPad experience, and that iPad experience is incredible. If you want a perfect experience, go get an iPad Pro. If you want a great experience with a great cost, with a great value, this is the iPad for you. Even though that the display is not laminated, it still is really sharp. So watching videos, watching content, editing photos, anything you will do on the iPad will look really good. Like if I compare it side by side with my iPad Pro, I'm just talking about the color. The colors feel really good, and the iPad Pro definitely is a little bit better, but you definitely don't notice a huge difference. You won't get stereo speakers on this iPad, which means that the audio will only play from one side of the iPad, unlike the iPad Pro, which gets you this full immersive experience. The speakers on this iPad though are really crisp, and they are actually pretty loud for only coming from one side. Also, fun fact, your $1,200 iPhone 11 Pro Max doesn't have a headphone jack, and this $300 iPad has a headphone jack. Think about that. Now, my favorite thing about this new iPad, sure, it's the keyboard support or it's the larger display. Those features are cool, but definitely my favorite thing about this iPad is that you can now get iPadOS, the full iPadOS experience on a $300 device. That is phenomenal. A device that will only cost you $300 that is compatible with the Apple Pencil, that is compatible with the smart keyboard, which works great, the speed is great. All of that for a package with iPadOS for 300 bucks is amazing. With iPadOS, you get dark mode, you get that full Safari, desktop Safari classic experience, you get the new Files app. iPadOS is insane. I've made so many iPadOS videos, which will of course be linked down below. Check them out. If not, I mean, actually, I don't care if you don't check them out. It's your life. You can do whatever you want. But really, that's it. I mean, I don't want to get you guys bored. This iPad, the value that this has is insane. If you want a new iPad, if you've never had an iPad before, or if you want to upgrade from an old iPad and you don't want to spend that much money, this might be the iPad for you. If you don't think so, I don't care. Go away. Just go away.